your foot out.
Yeah, let us see the toes.
Yeah, can we get the flip
Just
flop?
wiggle your foot when you talk.
Oh no.
Welcome to the NEPA Scene Podcast, the only live streaming in-person arts and entertainment podcast covering Northeastern Pennsylvania, offering a true alternative voice in local media. We're coming to you from the brand new NEPA Scene studio underneath Center City Print in downtown Scranton. I'm Rich Howells, the founder and editor of NEPA Scene, and tonight we're here with Scranton horror ska punk band Noskaratu, who are performing at the second annual Happy Skalidays Music Fest at Clarky's Billiards in Scranton on Saturday, December 9th. Vocalist Ray Meoni is also behind Diavolo Booking?
Diavolo.
Diavolo? Oh, see, I had it right the first time. I thought it was Diavolo. Diavolo Booking, which organized this event. So we're going to talk about their death ska music as well as the festival and booking local and national acts throughout Northeastern Pennsylvania and how all of this comes together. So please join our conversation with your questions and comments down below. We'll get to those later in the show. Anybody who comments tonight, you're entered to win 2 tickets to Happy Skalidays. So make sure that you leave any kind of comment, maybe indicate that you want to go so that we don't, stick somebody like, Bobby Keller who apparently hates ska music because apparently he hates fun. So I don't know why.
Yeah.
Well, that settles it.
Sucker.
Yeah. But before we dive in, I just want to thank our sponsor, Center City Print, who's provided us this studio space. Put their coupon code up there. Center City Print can bring your ideas to life in 3 locations: Scranton, Kingston, and the new Hazleton store. These one-stop shops are locally owned and operated, offering high-quality printed products, copy and custom print services, and design solutions to help you, your small business, your nonprofit, your band, your photography, your art project, or any venture thrive. Visit them now at centercityprint.com. Use promo code NEPA Scene online or in person for 10% off. NEPA Scene is also the media sponsor of the return of the Cabinet Holiday Show at the FM Kirby Center in Wilkes-Barre on New Year's Eve, Sunday, December 31st. The music begins at 8:30 with Mike Miz and the Northeast Extension. So you can ring in the new year with some of NEPA's best musicians. Tickets are only $35 in advance. They're on sale now at thekirbycenter.org, and we hope to see you there. All right, so I'd also like to thank Ionic Development for coming down and hanging. I think Justin was setting up a Thanksgiving Eve show and then rushed to get here to make this happen, so we greatly appreciate him coming and doing this. So thank you, Justin. Thank you, Ionic Development. Let's start with you introducing yourselves and what position you are in this band.
You want to start?
I guess so.
Right at you.
Going down the line.
I'm Corey. I play bass. That's it.
That's it. My name is Crystal. I play the saxophone.
I'm Ray. I play.
You play.
You don't play nothing
I'm a
but your
vocalist.
mouth.
You play yourself.
I'm a shitty vocalist.
He
You.
plays the throat.
Oh.
Oh.
He does.
Take that as you will.
I'm Steve. Play drums. That's it.
Jeff's over there.
Make the foot talk.
He plays the guitar.
Jeff plays guitar.
Yes.
Yes, we have a little audience in the back tonight.
Yeah.
Jeff is hanging out in the
He
back.
wanted to be the audience.
Yes.
That's fair. So, what got you personally interested in music originally, and what made you first pick up an instrument?
I just thought bass would be easier to learn than guitar, so I said, I want a bass. It's only got 4 strings. And in my 14-year-old mind, that made a lot of sense. And then I realized that it's just as difficult as guitar.
Okay.
Yeah. You.
Ray's holding me hostage. He literally was like, hey, do you play any instruments? I was like, yeah, I played the saxophone when I was like in middle school. Haven't touched it since. He's like, great, come try out for my band. I'm like, okay. And then when we were done, he was like, oh, we sound like a real ska band now. And he was like, yeah, you have no choice. You have to be in the band. And I was like, okay.
You sound better.
So that was that.
Yeah, I mean,
We don't care if
some
you don't
kind
like
of
it.
brass instrument involved, otherwise it's not really ska, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
The guitar is good.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I can
true.
do the mouth horns. Pretty good at that.
I'm sure you do. Oh,
Now that's your job, right?
and what, to play
Yeah,
horns
right.
or?
Mouth-
Oh, okay.
It's your turn now.
It's my turn. I'll
Actually,
get
you were
started.
supposed to learn how to play the trumpet, and
I
you
was.
didn't.
So
No.
funny enough, when we did the first podcast about the first Skalidays event, I had asked you if you had been in any bands, and you know, and you actually had a fake band.
Yeah.
With the we told that story with the Queeftones who were on.
Oh my
And
goodness.
so you faked having a band before.
It's true.
So why did you? So how did an actual band finally happen?
So-
after all this time.
This band has been trying to be a thing since I've been trying to make it a thing for like 10 years, like literally 10 years, and it just never worked out. Lots of people just didn't want to, like, I guess, do a ska band, and you know, sometime last year, you know, I talking to Jeff about it. He wanted to do it, which was cool, and then I kind of just brought it up to Corey and Jeff when we were at a party one time where, you know, we're trying to do a ska band.
He got us when we were drunk.
Yeah.
That's the best time.
Well, I know you
You got
wanted
me at the
to.
Keystone
The last
stage.
what ska band you were in was Bob and the
Keystone
Saggets,
Uh-huh,
so.
yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of how that started.
Okay. And you know, the previous question to you, Steve, how did you get into to playing drums?
He's gonna be like, I'm
I
not
was
a
just
drummer.
kind of an obnoxious child as it is, and kind of made noises with my mouth all the time, and kind of started with beatboxing. Then it went to vocals, and then went to guitar, and then it went to bass, and then it went to drums, and then it went back to bass and guitar, and then vocals again, and here I am now.
And he makes sure to remind us almost every time we practice, hey guys, I'm not a drummer.
Yeah, I'm not, but I'll play.
Although you're the only one that will make people turn down, which is great.
That's true.
Yeah.
Y'all need to listen, because what the hell are you doing? You need to hear.
I was gonna say, I think I had seen you. You and Bobby came to the NEPA Scene open mic one time. And you were
Yeah,
playing
we were
guitar,
promoting
I believe.
the Horror Fest.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, you didn't play drums then. So,
No.
Plays guitar.
I mean, I'll dabble in whatever instrument I can pick up and learn.
okay.
I enjoy music in all forms. It's kind of just what keeps me going. I was an obnoxious child. That's all I had going in my head, you know, getting told to shut up, stop making those noises. To me, it's music. It's not noise. You know?
Right.
When I grew up, I learned a little bit of it was noise, but you can make noise music.
Absolutely.
Don't
Well-
gotta be a great drummer. You just gotta have some rhythm.
So, what is ska music to you, and how did you first discover it?
Oh.
That's not like a loaded question.
I'm like you're 90 every time you get
I'm gonna start down this way.
Right.
I think that's better.
That'd be fine. But yeah, I don't know. I was always into like 311, and then I started getting into more and more underground music. I discovered Sublime after that, and then Hellcat Records and Epitaph. There was a lot of ska music on those compilations, and I just kept diving deeper and deeper into it. I was always really into the Suicide Machines, RX Bandits, really big fan of the Slackers. And one day I joined a band called Bob and the Saggets, and
Oh God!
that didn't exactly work out for me, but I was hooked from then on, and I just kept doing it. I was out of ska for probably 20 years until Ray asked me to join.
Okay.
Yeah, I was with them when I was 16, and I joined a bunch of metal bands between then, and punk bands and metal bands between then and now.
So, what made you want to say I would try a ska band after that?
Well,
He was drunk.
Jeff and I over there off screen, we always
Flavorfoot.
we always jam like in between practices with Christ Chopper, which stay tuned. But we realized that our musical tastes like run parallel, and then somewhat parallel. But then when we started really talking about it, Ray brought it up. It sounded like a great idea, and we just did it. You can't not do it when you have people like this around you.
Right.
You know?
Just do it.
Wait, does anybody remember the Shia LaBeouf meme? Oh god. Oh, for me, I don't know anything about ska whatsoever. My mom actually knows more than I do because she's cool and I'm not. So, because I grew up in Puerto Rico, so I didn't understand any of the music because I didn't speak English, but she actually listened to a lot of different bands growing up and like...
Okay. In other words, she means it when she's being held hostage.
Exactly. So, yeah, that's about it for me. He made me watch like a documentary, so like I know some things, but not everything.
Learn as we go.
Yeah, basically. We're vibing.
I think I first got into like ska when, you know, I always played like the Tony Hawk games, so like a lot of that came from that, like Suicide Machines. Actually, I think the first ska record I have was the specials that Jess actually gave me.
You're fucking welcome.
And that's actually like one of my favorite records.
So this is your fault.
Yeah, she takes credit.
It's her fault that I'm into ICP.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, like the specials were probably like that one band that really got me into the genre just from that record alone. Oh, did you not expect this?
Oh God.
The hot potato.
I'm not from here. I grew up in a very shitty place, Las Cruces, New Mexico, and ska just kind of rolls around there. You know, you just grow up around it, or you grow up in the ghetto with other things too. But it all eventually comes together. And I cannot tell you the first band that I listened to that was ska because I wouldn't be able to tell you. It just came from a show one day. I just heard some horns on stage and was just like, okay, what the fuck is this? You know? I like this. You know, I could slam around to that.
Yeah.
Then you get introduced into the subgenres of ska, and it's like you got ska core, some heavier shit. And
right.
I'm always down for some heavier shit, you know? So you get ska core, and it's like, all right, you can do a lot with some horns.
Christ.
Nobody really thinks about that, though. You know, you got jazz and blues and stuff like that.
Sure.
But when you throw ska into it, you can get a variety of different things from it. So that's kind of where I fell into it, was just like, you can do whatever you want with this.
Right.
Jeff? I think you would have the best answer.
Right.
Yeah,
He's vibing.
vibing. Well, of course.
Yeah.
That was a good answer.
Yeah. I mean, like, Energy's like probably one of the
They
best
weren't
albums.
the first one I heard, but
I don't know.
I
Definitely one of
remember,
the favorites.
you know, going to Warped Tour year after year
Yeah.
up here. It was like, if you weren't there for the ska bands, you ended up seeing the ska bands.
oh yeah, Big
They
D
just-
played one year. I
They were
had
just
no clue they
playing
were
the
gonna be there.
hugest fucking crowds, because
Yeah.
like if you're at a thing that has 20 different stages that people can go to, if you got a whole brass section, people are showing up to see that. You know,
Yep.
they want to see that. So even if they might skip the band they were there to see to check something like that out. So
Something
I
about
always
the
kinda
energy
saw
in
it
the
as
crowd
this-
with some brass.
Yeah,
Weston Jake
exactly.
at Warped
I mean,
Tour was
you
always
want
fun.
to.
Oh yeah, always.
You're there. You're excited.
Really
You want to
fish.
be happy. You want to discover new bands, things like that. Like that's the coolest thing to walk into, is something like that. And there was that meme going around a couple of years ago, and I'm sure you can tell me if this is accurate. You know, somebody said, I once heard ska described as what plays in a 13-year-old kid's head when he gets mozzarella sticks.
More
You know,
like a
that's probably one of the
more
most
like a
accurate
37-year-old
things.
Ted.
It still goes through my head.
Yeah, today. It happened today.
I'm
I mean,
confused.
anytime I'm eating some good food, I get a happy dance song going on, and it's probably some horns involved. So.
Sure. There you go.
I must
By
be the only one
operation.
who doesn't.
Oh, really?
No, I don't. I just eat.
No, well.
I just eat. I'm sorry.
Well, you're not built like us then.
I probably eat more than all of you.
Food touches our soul, okay?
It touches mine too.
So what is horror ska punk or death ska, as I've heard it referred to?
Ray.
That's probably just Ray.
Yeah, he made it up. He made it up.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, in a way, it's just like, it's just kind of like a subgenre of what we're doing. It's like, you know, we play a lot of, like, death metal riffs, so that's kind of where it comes from.
Okay.
So, like, a lot of our songs have death metal riffs, and then we'll go into ska riffs.
A little bit of ska core.
Yeah, it's like, it's basically ska core, but death ska
Throw
sounds
some
cooler.
horror-based themes in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's all horror.
But all of our songs are about horror movies, because, you know, we're of our band name, so that's
We
kind
can
of
make
like
it
the gimmick.
horrible for you.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
shut
yeah.
up.
Tell me more.
Oh my god.
Tell you more. Well, you
All
gotta
right,
give
so
me the
there's at
ideas.
least one song online
Yeah.
that people can listen to. Zombie Bloodbath 2. You can tell us about that. I'd be interested to hear more about
That song Jeff wrote, that was about zombie bloodbath.
that. So is this a spiritual sequel to
No,
the
it's just about the movie.
All right, so how many songs do you guys have currently?
Jeff?
6.
4 or
4
5.
or 5?
You doing any covers or?
We were doing anything
Yeah,
for a little
no,
bit.
we're
But we're not doing that anymore.
Evil Dead.
We're doing Evil Dead by Death.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it works really well. It works really
Yeah, I
well.
was gonna
think.
say to transfer that.
It's kind of
Yeah,
a mess, but
it
it's
was
a good mess.
It was an interesting process, to say the least.
Yeah.
It pisses off a lot of metalheads, which I like.
Yeah. Bobby.
Oh my god.
Hi, Keller.
Bobby doesn't like Death, though. I don't think.
No.
I don't know if he does. Maybe he
Oh.
does.
Bobby, why don't you weigh in?
If you're watching.
I love
We know
being
you're just
in.
dying to.
He's out there.
Oh,
He's
is
out
he?
there.
Yeah.
He's out there.
He's in the
Out there
shadows.
in TV land.
Are you just writing names down? What-
I don't think she's doing that at all.
Oh no.
Oh,
She's
great.
probably drawing.
I am half drawing and half quoting all of you to remind you of what you said tonight.
Oh, great.
Oh, thanks.
Oh.
I'm not drunk yet, Jess.
You'll be able to watch it later though.
So tell us maybe about the songwriting process then. If there is a process, is it just kind of a free for all? Like, how does it work?
These two usually bring riffs and lyrics to the whole band. And it's open too. Like if I have something or if Steve has something, everybody's accepting of it. But Jeff has a lot of the ideas as well as Ray. And then of course Steve does the drums and I come up with the bass lines.
I
and
just
then
do what I'm told.
we all have a pretty equal part in the arrangements,
Okay.
because what makes sense to some may not make sense to others, and we all offer our input, and it's
Eventually,
kind
we come to a conclusion of holy shit, bro, that worked.
of yeah,
Yeah,
it's a little more succinct, and as Jeff would put it, truncated. After we all add what we think, so it's not just one person's vision of what
We
should be
basically
happening.
combine
Even though
them
he's
all together a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah. Even though he's writing a lot of the riffs, most of the riffs, you know, like, but it just works out, and he's open to everybody's open to each other's input, which is, I think, one of the most important things when you're doing something like this.
Yeah. No.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, anyone else?
I mean, basically, you
I mean,
nailed it right
Yeah.
I just
You did.
I write lyrics, and that's what I do.
And he yells at everybody.
Yeah.
Not me, right?
Well, not anymore. Not anymore.
Just like I don't care anymore. But no. Just
You
Ray,
can yell
how's-
at me
how's
any
it feel
day,
to be
right?
in an actual band now?
Right.
hate it all.
You don't hate it, you love it.
He loves the attention. Yeah.
Of course.
He loves telling us what to do.
Yeah. Literally.
Just tell me how to do a breakdown. That's it.
All right. Well, let's say for the members who are in previous bands or other bands currently, how does this compare to those, or what maybe are you taking from those and kind of bringing that experience into this?
help me, I have anxiety and I'm stuck behind a drum set. I can't move around. I used to be a vocalist. I don't know what to do with myself. Oh my God,
I'm just happy we're not practicing in a basement anymore. That's
fair.
You're
typically
wearing
where
Jess's living room
that's
now.
Typically, it's nice. The walls are nice and a peach color. I don't know.
She brings
There's
us
no
snacks.
black. There's no black mold. Jess brings us snacks.
Yeah, she does.
The other bands come over and we all listen to each other practice. It's fun. But no, it's the process is different. I think other bands that I was in, like I didn't get as much input, but I didn't need to. It's fun. It's fun. You know, like we're all a team. We're all friends. We're all friends with all the other bands. We interact. We hang out with each other, and it's like a positive place to be. We want to be there. Like, you know, sometimes you show up to band practice, just like, oh man, especially in a basement. But it's nice, you know.
Yeah, you can't comment because you were in a fake band.
Oh, that's right. Jeff doesn't want to talk.
Jeff, you gotta put some here, man.
Well, you know, we have
here.
Christ Chopper still. We've been taking a little bit of a break, you know, getting things together. And then I accidentally joined a punk band with him and a friend of ours named Stick, which is probably the most punk thing I can think of.
Yeah, it's got no name, which means like it's even more punk because like who gives a fuck about a name, bro?
Yeah.
Figure it out. Because we don't know.
Someone will end up calling us something and we'll like it.
It might stick, it might not.
Yeah.
Who knows? Figure it out.
I'm Jeff. I was in the Cousin Junkies.
So tell us about the first Skalidays festival. That was at the Keystone stage.
That was at the
last year?
Keystone, yeah.
So how did that go?
It was good.
We haven't talked about it since last year.
That's the most people that they had in that room for that show. There was just shy of 200 people.
Caused a little bit of a problem.
Why?
I'm glad that we didn't get shut down for that show out of all of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was cool. You know, we didn't really run into a lot of issues there, which was awesome. And then like most of the people stuck around for all of the bands, which is the only thing I could ever ask for. So that was really fun. And then even the Squallers did a memorial for our friend Rob, who passed a few years back too. So that was pretty cool.
For those that don't know, formerly known as the Queeftones. Look them up. Swallers, Spotify.
Yeah, but Kyle doesn't like us calling them the Queeftones anymore.
Yeah, well, you gotta let people know who don't know. They're now the Squallers. Go look them up.
I don't think they knew who the Queeftones were at that time anyway.
A lot of people know who the Queeftones were.
That's true. That's why I wanted to put it on the flyer.
So why are you lying?
I'm not. That's exactly what I explained. But yeah, I think that was like, you know, probably one of my favorite shows I did all last year was that one. And then this year I just kind of wanted to make it a little bit bigger. So, you know, now this year it's going to be at Clarky's Billiards, which, you know, right now is pretty much the best spot for shows right now. It's like super new right now, but like
Go play some pool and get some drinks and watch some music.
Yeah, that's basically it.
What
And
else
it's
do you
just-
want to do with your life?
I've had people say that it reminds them of Cafe del Sol and the Keys and also like Cafe Metro kind of days. So
Oh, that's awesome.
like it gives off that kind of vibe, which is super cool to hear.
How did the show start there? I know we had this conversation before, but you know,
Yeah,
on the podcast, I'm sure people want to know how the hell do you walk into a billiard and just say, "Hey, we want."
I walked
Hey, can
in
we
there
play here?
and I was afraid to ask him because of the stuff that he was saying he had going on. I was like, oh, this guy's not going to want anything that has to do with us here. And then a couple weeks later, Ray had the balls to like talk to him and ask him. I was like, Ray, it's like, great job, buddy. You know?
So me and Jess and a few of our friends, we were in there playing pool, and there was just a cover band playing in there, which was like, oh, I didn't know they had. I didn't even know they had.
That's all he was
music.
having in there. I thought
Right.
it was like strictly covers. Like,
Well, that's what brings in money. But so then we were checking out, and then he was like, "Oh, do you know any bands that would want to play here?" And then I told him,
Ray said me.
I'm like, I I book punk shows and stuff. Can I have that in here, and can I make them all ages? And he was super cool about it. So then that's kind of how that all started, where I booked the first show back in October, which did very well, and then the show that just happened over the weekend did very well too. So it seems kind of gonna be like the more regular spot for me there.
It's I think a lot of the best shows in the area that I've seen have kind of come out of those unusual venues,
Yeah.
the ones that you don't expect.
It's like an awkward space too, where the stage is. I want to
It's
say
in the corner.
like, well,
But there is a stage.
there's a
So
stage.
that, I mean, that
There's a
puts them ahead
stage.
of a lot of places.
But it's like in the
They're
corner of the
stand in
room, and like
corner.
right next to the stage is like the bar. So it's
Yeah.
like, but it kind of makes it so that people have to move up, which is great.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it becomes more intimate.
Intimate.
Yeah.
If you're the drummer, you're constantly staring at the bar waiting for a drink.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it's a really cool spot. I like it.
So how do you think, with the experience of doing it at the Keystone stage last year and then bringing it to this, how is that going to change the dynamic of how this whole festival is going to work?
It's out of Oliphant, so it's better.
Yeah, it's way more accessible. It really is. A lot of us are from Scranton, not Oliphant.
Yeah.
And the powers that be, we fly a little bit more under their radar down at Clarky's rather than like a big event for Oliphant.
Sure.
They weren't really too fond of what we like to do up there.
No.
If you're not drinking in a bar or doing something like that, they got a problem with it.
Oh my god.
There's a
Yeah,
lot
they
more
didn't like
room,
that.
though. I can, it's not like where in Oliphant it was like more confined of a space, especially when I was having like vendors there and stuff like that. I felt like it was just too much of a confined space, where here it's a lot more open. I can have more vendors, and it can almost be like you're not kind of squished with everybody. Unless you're near like where the bands are going to be playing, then that's like a different story. But like if you're like walking around looking at the vendor stuff, or even like getting merch from like some of the bands and stuff, it's a lot more accessible in a way.
But when you're watching the band, you need to be up close. Support
Yeah.
your fucking friends.
Stay
Get
till the
close.
end.
Dance
Stay
around.
to the end. Chemical Imbalance is super cool. They're headlining it, so I'm excited for that.
Speaking of merch, you're selling merch. Why don't you
I
promote
am.
that?
This shirt
Yes.
here.
You're
For-
promoting it. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Because he's not talking about it.
You're wearing it.
Yeah, I'm
We're
wearing
going
it.
into
Did
the
it
conversation.
On purpose.
Yeah, no, this
So
shirt.
for those who can't make it out, I've provided an image on the screen that you can
Yep.
make out.
Yay.
There you go.
This Bella Flex shirt will be up for auction
Oh my
in
goodness.
2 months. Get a piece of history.
With the pit stains too.
Oh.
I was going to say, you cannot
They're
search
included.
not
They're
stained.
included.
Yeah.
It will be in 2 months.
That's part of the allure, man.
Will you wear it for 2 months? first?
Straight? Yeah. And shove it down the front of my pants when I go home.
Perfect. Somebody will buy that.
You?
I was gonna say.
No, see,
You seem interested.
I don't got the money for that. My
Opening
car
bid
takes
is
most of my
$2,000,
money.
buddy.
Felt.
What do you think is maybe going to be improved or better this year? I'm sure each year you're probably striving to
Yeah.
add things, make things different. What do you think going into this?
So, one of the things for this year, it's definitely gonna be a lot easier with, I have a backline, like a complete backline for the show, so it's gonna be, a lot easier. Shout out to Kyle and his company for, sponsoring that,
Yeah, Kyle.
and then I think the sound is gonna be a lot better, because I have Ionic Development doing sound too, so that's gonna be a lot better. But I mean, I think in general, I think a lot of people are just gonna have like just a better time at this venue than the past ones that I've done it at. It doesn't feel. It has like a completely different feeling when you walk through the door than anything else.
Well, let's talk about the lineup. You mentioned Chemical Imbalance. Let's go through the whole lineup there, and talk about any of these bands if you've seen them before. And this is for everybody. If you've seen them, you have any kind of opinion on them. I'd love to talk about that a little bit.
Keep your opinions
We'll
to
start with
yourself.
Chemical Imbalance since they're the headliners.
Yeah.
Well, they the homies, so
Okay.
get out there and support them because they killing it. Wefton, Richie, doing their thing.
You want to name the other members of this band
Well,
that you
so
apparently
I'm
don't?
blanking too.
I
but
see
hang
that.
On, hang on.
Turn the hat around for a second.
All right, wait. Let's see.
So
Joey,
they're from
Kyle.
So 3 of the members are in another band called Fat Chance. So they just recently played at Camp Pennsylvania, and their set was just really explosive. So I really just taken a liking to that band in general. It's really weird because they're a ska band, but they are also a hardcore band at the same time. So I really like this lineup specifically because I think it's so diverse than the last year that I did, where last year it was either just straight up just ska or two-tone. Whereas this year there's a mix of kind of everything on there. I have, two-tone bands, and then I also have ska bands that sound like Streetlight Manifesto, and then I have and then Chemical Imbalance that sounds, just like a hardcore band too.
I don't really know what to call their style yet.
No,
I want to base it hardcore.
I don't know. No, they have hard. They basically sound like Folly, which I like. So, but yeah, no, they're a super cool band, super cool dudes.
Shout out to the homies, love you, mean it.
True. Who else is on there? Keep Flying.
I was gonna say you're literally wearing them.
Keep Flying.
Now who's blanking?
I've looked at this flyer maybe 500 times a day.
Hey, we'll put it up on the screen. So.
Yeah, no. So we have Keep Flying on there too. They super cool dudes. I think I've seen them the most out of any of the bands this year. I think I got to see them at least 3 or 4 times this year.
Don't we got the hoodie whatties and the what nows and the
we
what
got
nows?
the what nows. Going through each band. Give me a second, right? So Keep Flying. We went out to Connecticut to see them and Sergeant Scagnetti, which I'm also excited to have Sergeant Scagnetti on it.
But that's not who he went to see.
You went to see the Slackers.
Yeah.
But, no, Sergeant Scagnetti is one of probably one of my favorite bands that I've seen this year too. They're up there.
They're great.
I saw Keep Flying at the Keys.
Yeah.
That was, you want to talk about an intimate show.
Oh my god.
So I was actually cooking in the Keys when that show was happening, and then their old guitarist at the time, I remember, jumped off stage and then went into the kitchen where I am and started playing, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm so confused. And then I remember looking at the bartender. He was like, what the fuck? And then I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, right here. So I don't know. They're just one of the best bands.
We can't read that.
See.
Oh.
I know. I've seen this flyer fucking 5,000 times a day.
Oh, I'm gonna go down the whole list.
Oh yeah, but yeah, no. Well, I know it by going down, and so then it's Duo with Malice. They're a band from Buffalo, and they basically just sound like Streetlight Manifesto.
Okay.
If you just close your eyes and just listen to whatever song is on their Spotify. Streetlight Manifesto is probably one of the biggest ska bands.
Catch 22 is better.
Yes. But Streetlight is great. Streetlight has a big following.
They do.
So if you like Streetlight Manifesto, you'll like Duo with Malice. It's really the only thing. And then Sergeant Scagnetti's on it. Sergeant Scagnetti's super cool. They'll do different things. They'll reenact the scene in Braveheart, and they'll just throw out foam swords to everybody.
Okay.
And just have them go and do a wall of death. So that's super cool for a ska band to do.
That makes a lot of sense because I didn't realize why they were doing that the last time. I'm like, what's going on?
That reminds me of the shows at the building where they would start throwing around all the inflatables and stuff like that, and you just beat.
They're just a lot of fun to play with, and it's just even when they play. I got in trouble when they played at Keystone because they popped off 2 confetti cannons.
Okay.
And then I had to like vacuum everything up at the end, and I'm like, I was like about to leave, and they're like, you're vacuuming the entire area. Oh, okay.
Picturing a sad Ray.
I'm just like, I regret this. So, I mean, I said it was okay, so it was fine.
So it's
but
your fault.
It is my fault.
That kind of reminds me of the time that Pete made Bobby clean up that entire box of vintage Batman cereal at the Wolf Pub.
Oh yeah,
he threw it off the. I think we played with Bad Luck 13, and he hell of a show to christen the crowd with vintage cereal. But yeah, Pete was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You got to clean that up.
Was that the one where my old teacher threw me into the wall?
By your neck, yes, yes. We wanted to beat him up.
Which teacher?
I had my middle school teacher like threw me into the wall by my neck.
Man or woman?
Man.
I mean, you never know.
So, and then who else is on this?
Scappository.
Literally, what
I didn't
did
do
you
anything. Scappository's on it, so Scappository's from Long Island.
Excellent band name.
I love them. They're like another band that, you know, just became really good friends with me over the last like year. And I love going to see them every time they come to town. So, and then they always end up crashing at Jess's house. And I think that like the last time that they crashed at my house, they like became friends with my mom. My mom's like taking out the trash, and then they started talking to my mom for like 45 minutes.
Your mom is cool as shit, though.
Don't say that.
Your mom is very nice.
She doesn't have to live with me, so she probably likes me.
Don't say that. Love your mom.
Yeah, literally.
God damn it.
Yeah,
Such a hater.
I'm a hater. It's true. And then you know the What Nows, super cool. Seeing them for like 10 years. I remember. I think.
Why not?
I forget the first time I got to see the What Nows. It was probably like 2012, 2013. I think that was at Queeftoberfest.
Never heard of that one.
Yeah, that's when Kyle put that on.
My have times changed.
I remember Kyle got like a really big band for that one.
I gotta say, they're getting some mileage out of that fucking name for a band that does not want to.
Yeah.
They're getting some mileage.
Well, they're married to
That
it.
name
They're
should
absolutely
have
married
stuck
to
anyways,
it.
but it's other people who have a problem with it. How can you book shows with a name like that? Apparently, you know. But like, go back.
Yeah, it's not so much like the venues or the fans that don't want to hear that, but it's like
the companies.
Companies, and when you make a flyer, nobody wants to put a flyer out in their window that says Queef on it, you know?
But what's wrong with
But
Queef?
those are my fucking.
Nothing. That's my point.
The greatest thing that I ever heard last year was when I was putting up flyers. I put one up in the video game store in the mall, and I heard like some kid pointed at it, and then a mom just like you don't need to know about that, and just moved them along.
Oh my god.
Well, you see, Jimmy, it's when
It's just when a saxophone makes that great sound.
Oh my god. Stop.
So
that's what they're worried about, though. It's a tough sell.
They're gonna figure it out anyway. Like 5-year-olds have the internet now.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Well, and then there's our band that's playing it too. So.
Yeah, never mind us though.
Yeah, you don't want to go for that.
But yeah, this one also starts earlier, so it's gonna end.
It's like 4 p.m. it starts.
We
Are
go on
doors
at
open?
5.
Yeah.
Doors are at 4.
What day
at
of the
5.
week is this?
Saturday. How do you?
And we're starting that early?
Yeah, I know.
On a Saturday?
I know.
Show up late, everybody.
Everybody leave the house at 6.
The What Nows is the last band I think that we
Yeah. Because we they've just been playing this area for so long.
Yeah.
Huh?
Do with Malice.
We talked about Duo with Malice.
I think
You're not listening.
Do we get everybody now?
I believe so.
Yeah,
All
Duo
right.
Malice, Keep Flying,
Scappository.
Scappository, Chemical.
You and Scappository can fight over who has the best ska pun in their name.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
so Skappository played last year, and that was like the one thing in the group chat was, you know, the Queef Tones versus Skappository. Because they're just like, huh.
You gotta give it to the Queef Tones for their name, though.
For sure.
It was
Kill
great.
the ska band.
Kyle's gonna hate this entire thing.
Oh, I love you made it, Kyle. It's okay.
It's fine. Trust us.
So, Ray, what kind of advice would you give to those who want to organize their own music festival?
Don't do it.
It's a lot
It's a
of
pain. Don't do it.
It's so I mean like it's
Leave it to us.
He complains
But
a
it's
lot.
work.
He does.
do it. Yeah, you know, just go for it. I mean, it's definitely rewarding at the end of it, and it's just there's a lot of stress that's involved with it, especially with like promoting it. I mean,
It gets expensive. It does get expensive.
Well, I still do like kind of like the old school way of doing it. I still do the flyers. I still do the footwork, going from like city to city to just put up flyers in any place that I can.
But to see all your friends come out and support the band.
Oh yeah, no, that's like the rewarding part. Like, and then I mean, like, you barely get time to even enjoy what you put on too. So that's kind of like, you know, in a sense, bothering. I guess for me anyway. I don't really get to enjoy whatever I put on.
Okay.
I get like maybe 15 minutes of like, I can enjoy this band for like 5 minutes, and then
You're
know,
back to running around.
yeah, just making sure that everything is going fine and stuff like that.
Sure.
So I mean, that's just how I am when I run shows. I just like to make sure everything's running smoothly and then making sure everything's on time. So I mean, there's definitely a lot to it that a lot of people don't talk about. I think, if somebody told me this like way before when I first started doing shows, I probably wouldn't have booked shows. But I mean, it's fine.
But if you don't do it,
No one's gonna.
someone else won't.
Yeah.
Like it's not. You can't always wait for somebody else to do it. You
Jess
gotta
books a
check
lot
it.
of cool shows too.
She does.
But yeah, I mean like.
Y'all come from the same family, so y'all a team. Y'all
Right,
doing a lot for this area.
essentially.
For sure.
The two that I've done were smaller and they were very close to each other, but it was a pain anyway. Just 5 bands between nothing, no level like he's on here, but just a show at a bar, and it consumed me for the month, the entire month beforehand, the entire day.
You don't know if anybody's gonna show up, and then you're
yeah,
like, oh,
when you
well.
have bands coming from out of town and they can't make it, or your PA isn't working right. Any number of things can happen.
It's why it's sketchy to do shows when I'm doing them as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Well, like the Skalidays is like, I try to pick that like one time where it's like not gonna snow, or hopefully it just won't snow. So I feel like the first 2 weeks in like December, I'm like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
And then like any other time, I'm like, oh, just be fucked. It's fine. I mean, there was like that blizzard that happened last year in March. I had like a death metal band from Boston that was coming in, and then we just had a blizzard like out of nowhere. But then it was gone, like an hour later. But then no one showed up because there was a blizzard.
Right.
Once I was driving when that happened, we were crossing through the Delaware Water Gap, and as soon as we got through it, it was like 55 degrees on the other. I swear, on the other side, we were in New York City, and it was just like a spring day. and then we, on the drive back, it was white knuckle again because the roads weren't cleared yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I think something that people don't take into account, how travel
yeah,
is just so draining.
It takes a lot out of you, man. It really, and you don't really want to be in the van, but you still want to keep doing it. You want to get to the next place. Your buddy's farting, pissing you off, and, and you're like, I love this guy. I love this guy. Just shut it off until you get there, and it'll be fine, And then you got to give your all when you get there.
Right.
Doesn't matter if you drove 1,000 miles. You got to give your all when you get there, and because it's for the scene, it's for the love of doing it. And if you don't show that, then it's not authentic.
Right. Speaking of the scene in general, last year when we talked about Skalidays, it was right as we learned that Carl Hall was closing. So now here we are, like a year later. Obviously, people are doing all kinds of DIY type shows to maybe make up the difference. Things at like Clarky's, for example. So where do you think the music scene is at currently? You know, as somebody who goes to shows, I know you guys. I see you guys especially at so many shows. And
it's lively.
Yeah. So I mean, let's start there.
It's always a new spot.
Striving.
It's always a new spot. You know.
You know, you have Doug's Boardroom now.
That's gonna be really great,
That's like the new spot now, which is super sick.
Okay.
What now?
There's a
Doug's
new
Boardroom.
venue in Kingston called Doug's Boardroom.
I actually just heard about
It's
that.
ever
I just heard about
evolving
it
now.
now.
Like
Oh my god.
places open and close, and I had a venue that I thought was gonna be great, and it was called the whatchamacallit. Up in the armpit of Southside, they call it the Polish Alps. Up by Harmon Field, and I'm like, this is great, it's working out, we're gonna play here until we can't anymore, and then they closed like 3 months ago.
Oh wow.
And it was like
Do one show, we're closed.
I had 2 shows there. Yeah, I had 2 shows there a month apart, and I was like, this is awesome, and everybody was telling me how awesome it was, and then maybe a month and a half ago, like, I can't even go drink there now, forget about the shows. But it's ever changing, ever evolving. Like, you'll always have the V spot, you know. Hopefully Clarky's will always be open. That dude's a very good businessman, but they're not all like that, you know. You got to struggle to dig up new places, new venues.
I remember going to see shows in VFWs all the time. And
Yeah, the Marine Corps up in East Mountain, they don't do that anymore, but yeah, they'll rent you a VFW for any purpose.
Yeah, no, you could always get a VFW. Just go in there and you're like,
Spirit blood
here's
cooking.
$300. Just like throw them money in there.
Yeah.
They'll do it.
I've seen too that you guys, as Noskaratu, are doing maybe house shows and things. Does that help?
Yeah,
make up
they're the
difference
most
a little
fun.
bit?
Yeah, I
They're
like
the most
them a
fun.
lot.
Yeah.
You get all your close friends together
Yeah.
in a packed, small little living room. Great.
It is. I
Bumping
like it
into
a lot.
everybody. I'm sorry. Oh, damn it, there goes my beer.
We won't
Hey,
get,
but this
we
is
won't
great,
get into
right?
the details, but you can do pretty much whatever you want as long as the host will allow it.
Somebody
You're
clean
at
the
a-
floor.
you don't have to worry about like the LCB coming in to bust the party up at a house show. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
As long as you don't piss off the neighbors.
fuck them.
I mean, I won't.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you got to be located in the right neighborhood to make that.
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
You know,
I feel like
neighbors
so-
aren't
like,
gonna be
it-
ball
I don't know.
busters.
Nobody cares in Southside.
No one cares.
No one cares.
No,
Nobody
you're right.
cares.
Crystal, you're right.
Welcome to Southside.
I'll just,
Yeah,
like,
I've
if
lived
it-
there for the past, I don't even know how many years.
We'll
like,
just start doing shows in your basement.
I don't. Oh, you don't want to go down there.
You ain't coming out if you do, Ray.
I do. It's downstairs, but I don't go there because it's kind of gross.
Oh, that's
But if you
fine.
guys want to clean it and
Punk rock isn't supposed to be clean.
listen, my landlord only comes down like once every 4 months, so
No.
he won't know. So
I mean, if it like ever came down to it, that's
Just
what I would
bust
start
down
doing.
the
I would
door.
just start,
Yeah.
doing shows in basements if I had to. But there's always going to be spots anywhere that
Yeah.
you find. So I don't think like the music scene in general has anything to worry about that. It's just harder to do all age shows. You know,
Right.
when you have like a town that's predominantly bars.
Mhm.
You know, for someone to just do a all age show anywhere that you can is just the hardest thing. And I mean, like, I still do it. Even like half the people that, or 90% of the people that go to my shows anyway are nowhere near underage.
Right.
Mhm.
It is still cool to see like parents bring their kids to the shit.
Yeah.
Because then that's what's going to just basically move up the music scene.
Right.
It's going to inspire them to do like whatever it is, either play guitar, join bands, whatever they want to do. And it's just, that's kind of why I still do all age shows. Because I can easily just start booking shows at like Finnegan's or wherever
Sure.
and not care.
Nope.
I can't do Finnegan's.
Me and Jeff aren't allowed in Finnegan's.
No, none of Christ Shoppers.
None of Christ Shoppers allowed in Finnegan's, that's right.
Not allowed.
Damn.
No one associated with Christ Shopper is either.
And you guys got what? Like you played there a few times, 2-3 times before.
Too many times.
I thought it was at least twice.
I played there a couple times with Dower, but we played our first show there, and
then you guys couldn't play anymore.
Why?
We'll get into that later.
Oh.
We tried to schedule a Christ Shopper podcast a while back. I don't think it worked out, but we'll try again sometime.
We're around.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You'll get Bobby in here. Hi, Bobby.
Hi, Bobby.
Yeah, you know he's like.
I'm not worried about offending the religious nuts. I'm okay with that. Very, very.
We're trying to. That's where we stand.
All right, so let's jump into those comments. Thank you guys for keeping things lively down there. Let's see what we've got.
Did you write down any names?
Comments this whole time?
That was the whole point of the notebook.
Well, why didn't we hear about this?
Pay attention.
Who said what?
Rich, I'm giving you the honors to pick somebody.
All right. Well, let's start by reading some of them. The owner says, "I have a message for Ray. I want you to play at my beautiful bar. I was on the Casey. XOXO, the owner."
Who is the owner? What?
Kevin Eckler.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Ow.
I never heard you laugh like that, Ray.
Oh,
It's because it's an inside joke with me and Bobby. If you ever look at me and Bobby's texts, no one will understand why.
I mean, I just look at Bob's text in general, and I don't understand a good portion of it. But,
You have to throw certain things out the window when you read Bobby's humor on social media.
I joke because sadly I do know most of what.
Yeah.
Because I've known him since I was 15. So yeah, I do get the jokes whether I want to get them or not.
Right.
against your will.
Yes. Justin Gorchak, I don't know this guy. He says, "I hope I get to go to the ska show."
Well, come. Bring that ass.
Buy some tickets.
Literally.
You get to go.
They're $10 if you get them
Literally.
like right now.
Anthony says, "I hear Ray was a founding member of Lorna Shore. Is that true?" I think it is. I think I've heard that rumor as well.
Oh no. Am I going to? Okay, I'll go over that.
Yeah.
So my friend put me on their Wikipedia page 10, 12 years ago. Like this is probably like 2011. Somebody just threw me on their Wikipedia page. And then they just never took that off. Now if you look up my name on like Google, if you just type in Ray Meoni, Lorna Shore, I'm on Metal Injection.
Oh my god.
I'm on like what's that metal website?
It's I don't know. It's a website where
A Metal Archive.
Archive.
I'm on Metal Archives, and you have to be like you have to actually be known to be on that website.
Oh my god.
And I'm just on that website. It just says Lorna Shore, nothing else. Just vocals 2010.
This is the state of music journalism, folks.
Nobody fact checked anything.
Nobody fact checks fucking anything. All right. Speaking of Bobby's, he says hashtag Where is Jelf 2020.
There's this
Jeff, your foot.
You got
Just camera shot.
at least
I don't think it's
come
he's
into the
playing footsies with me, guys.
come into the camera at least once. No.
You can
You
see
can
him
make
on
some
the-
money.
A shotgun and beer together.
Kick all the beer bottles over.
Damn.
You gotta get in the camera if you want.
You gotta
beer.
show the toesies. You'll
You
make
can't have
money.
beer if you're not in the camera.
I'm trying to show the
You're not trying hard enough.
Are you watching it on live right now?
Yeah.
Get your ass in.
Oh, I see my foot.
Damn.
Shelley says, Ray, which doc did you make her watch to understand the ska?
Oh yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember the name of it.
Okay.
Turn it around.
No. I had her watch Pick It Up.
It was like an hour and a half. I was sitting there like, Ray, when is this gonna be over? I've been sitting here a while. He's like, just watch it. I'm like, okay.
And then, like, I don't know, like the Pick It Up documentary is super cool because it like really goes into like the history of it, which is like pretty cool. So I was just like, you should learn like the background of what you're in.
And I did, but
And you
like,
should listen to like a bunch of bands that were on there, like literally just the only album that like. You know, you should really listen to is Energy by Operation Ivy.
and I did. I listened to it for over an hour.
That's not enough
Think
time.
very carefully about what you say next.
No, I did. I sat there. Literally, I gave myself a headache because I sat there like this on my phone. No, I sat there like this on my phone, listening to the music on Spotify for over an hour, staring at the lyrics like this because they're like, oh, we should do a cover. They're like, we should do this, that, and a third. And I'm like, I've never heard any of these songs. So they're like, so listen to it. So I did, and then I was just staring so intensely at my screen that I literally was just like,
But did you like it?
I told you the ones that I liked.
Ones?
You only
I liked like 3 of them.
You don't like
That's
the
not
whole
enough.
album?
I listened to the whole album. I only liked about 3 of them.
Oh, jeez.
I'm allowed my opinion.
Wow.
You can, I guess. It's
How are we
wrong.
friends?
Listen, I don't
You
know.
guys don't sound like a band. Oh, like, I hate ska.
We're gonna leave and they're gonna be like, Crystal, you're out.
I'm just here because I like music, okay?
Yeah, I'm just here because I'm being held hostage.
Just remember, Ray booked this podcast. So.
Yeah.
I did. I
Much like he books his shows. So.
With me not knowing what I'm doing, yeah.
So Dom says, can't wait for our show at the V Spot. Dom is in the Mezzos. So.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Love the Mesos, love you, me.
We gotta get them on the show too. Trying to get them.
That's gonna be a
Great
fun show at the.
people.
Oh, I'll comment on that all night.
Our debut at the V Spot. That's right.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a
February
good show, yeah.
16th?
I don't know what day it is.
Something like that.
The
Wait, I
dude
could
from
look
the
it up. Hang on.
Buzzcocks, yeah.
Guy from the Buzzcocks.
I can't believe that.
The
That's
dude
good.
from the
pretty cool.
Buzzcocks.
None of us know his name, but it's the dude from the
She does.
Buzzcocks.
Steve
Jessica's just gonna like.
What's the
Jess is
name of the
gonna
new
fight
band
you.
that he's in?
Diggle.
I'm
See,
gonna.
I was right. February 16th. for
Connor,
the
what's
V
the name of the
Spot.
new
Okay,
band
then
that the guy from the
February
Buzzcocks is in? It's gonna be fucking awesome. No, really though, we are really, really excited about that. Like as soon as these guys all found out, they were like, "Wait, that's who we're." Unequivocally, yes. Other than
Yes,
the,
yes, yes.
other than the like, yeah, we'd be happy to play with the Mesos. Like that's you don't get to play with that guy every day, you know? Or see him in Scranton for that matter.
For sure. Let's see. Jimothy says, "Who are you people?" Called you a racerhead, Scott. Now that would be.
Jimothy, go to bed. It's past your bedtime. Your grandma.
Dom is complaining his brass hurts.
Ooh.
Get it? Demi says, hashtag Death Ska.
Yeah. We have a hashtag now, guys.
There you go.
No, we're changing it.
Hashtag go look up, pucker up.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Shout out to
Yes.
Pucker Up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Super
we had them
sick.
on a few weeks ago. It was
Yeah, they're
awesome.
fucking awesome.
I love them.
Let's see. Timothy also said, pick it up, China symbol.
I don't want to pick anything up. My back hurts.
Damn.
Too old to be picking things up. Zombie Bloodbath 2 Electric Boogaloo. Let's see. Corey says, I'm excited for Skalidays this year. Also, Jill said,
That's me. I didn't.
Yeah,
say
when,
that.
Corey,
when did
what
you
the hell?
comment?
When did you get on
Corey
your
with
phone?
the C.
I'm about to
Also
go
me.
right now.
C-O-R-I.
Oh.
So different.
So not you.
Not me.
I just noticed you have a Legos.
Yeah, uh-huh.
I wore this specifically for you.
Oh,
And you
really?
didn't even notice until now. I'm so
Wow,
hurt.
bro.
My beautiful holiday sweatshirt
That-
with little Lego letters on it.
Where's Connor? He loved that.
I figured between you and him, you guys would love it the most. Let's see. Dan says, Death Ska, the Revenge Against New Metal, taking us Rudy's down. Down 9. Looking forward to Skalidays. Pick it up, y'all. That would be interesting. A ska versus new metal show.
Yeah. We'll just
I'd be down for that.
We'll play with
I don't
Limp
give a shit. Unabashed new metal fan here. I do not care.
I'll book Limp Bizkit in Scranton.
Might not be out of
They
the,
just
all that, all
they
that
just
hard.
played Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
wow.
Yeah.
In like the smallest crowd I've ever seen, and
That was crazy.
they could have easily had that at the FM Kirby Center.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Like that was like the smallest crowd for Wachovia Arena or Mohegan Sun.
I mean, and anybody who was there was too old to actually like move around.
Yeah.
Oh my
Would've been
god.
perfect. Everybody in their
Well,
nice cushioned seats.
We'll do Limp Bizkit at Clarky's.
Yeah.
Let's see. Rosalind says, "Good luck, Crystal."
Oh, I love you.
Oh.
Let's see. Red, the ginger bearded fool, says, "Hey, hey."
Hey.
Corey, not this Corey, says, "Thank you for having it all ages. Definitely bringing the kids this year, so that's
Sweet.
great." And let's
Put
see.
them to bed at a decent hour.
Well, it's at 4 p.m., so it'll be
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Rosalind says, "Tell Crystal she's looking beautiful and to kill that performance."
Thank you.
Devin asks, "Did you guys figure out which Operation Ivy song you want to cover?"
No.
It's none of your
No.
business. It's none of your business. It's a surprise
Yeah.
to us too.
Just learn the entire Energy album. That's all I can tell
Yeah.
you.
At this point.
By the way, the band that we're referring to, either Dom says, Reader Station.
That's right. That's
With
right.
Steve Garvey is the bassist, I believe, of
Yes.
Cox.
I don't know.
Yes.
It's just
Yeah, that's
Yep.
his real. That's his real last name.
His real last
His
name.
government
government
name.
name.
Yeah.
Diggle.
All right, so I think we've gone through all of the comments. Who do you think should win the tickets?
you get to pick it, Rich. That's
I
you.
get to pick it.
Yeah.
I think we should have our studio audience
Right.
make them go to work here. You
I
guys,
don't know, the person who asked about the cover, that seems like the most legit.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah.
so
And
we're
who
gonna
is
actually-
that?
The
Paid
pick it up,
attention.
pick it up symbol, I like that one. Yeah.
So either Demi or who?
Let's see. Devin is the one who asked about the Operation Ivy song.
I like the pick it up pun.
Jimothy was.
Jimothy. I like the pick it up China.
Give it to Jimothy.
Yeah.
She's the
The
homie.
name-
Jimothy Chalamet.
Yeah.
All right, Jimothy Chalamet.
Yeah,
are
you
the
won 2
winner.
tickets.
Yeah.
2 tickets, fool.
Message the Diavolo page. Or
There
not.
you go.
Or me. It's
Or
fine.
me.
I'm
I'll
probably,
put the flyer.
You
up
are
on
the page.
screen.
Right.
I am the page, yeah.
Diavolo Booking, the second annual Happy Skalidays Music Fest. I'll go read the text here. Second annual Happy Skalidays Music Fest will feature 7 bands at Clarky's Billiards in Scranton on Saturday, December 9th, starting at 5 p.m. Doors at 4. Tickets are $10 and on sale now. And the t-shirts, we get the t-shirts.
Yeah, we have t-shirts.
We have t-shirts.
15.
They're 15 right now, right? And they're
Yeah, no, they're just 15.
They're just 15.
They're just
Okay.
15.
They're
so
just
buy the
15.
shirts.
But I don't have that many of them, so get them now.
Yeah. Especially if you want a medium, get them now, because he only has not very many.
Just 15 now, priceless later.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Collector's item.
Mhm.
Yes. Maybe.
Well, when you have like
If
the
they last that
50th,
long.
Yeah.
you'll be like 65 still booking shows.
If you appreciate the band and you're wearing it that much, it probably won't last that long. But buy the shirt.
Just buy it. Just buy it.
In 20 years, somebody will be selling it on eBay, like full of holes and the
Yeah.
sleeves ripped off.
Skalidays
Safety
shirt
pins.
filled with sweat, beer, piss, and puke. P.S. I might have used it as a rag.
Yeah.
Also, Noskaratu's big hit single Zombie Band. Available to stream and download now on Bandcamp.
Yep.
Eventually, we'll put out better.
No, that's just a
recordings.
rough demo.
I was gonna say I'm not even on that.
You gotta bear with us.
I wasn't there
We
yet.
use a laptop.
I wasn't there yet.
That's true. We're very DIY.
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys being on. And is there anything else that we want to mention before we get out of here?
Support your friends in the local music scene. Don't
You
forget
also have
to do
band
that.
T-shirts.
I have
Always
one
share your
Noskaratu.
friends' shit. Always listen to their music. And give it up for NEPA Scene for having us here.
Thanks,
True.
Rich.
No. Give it up to Rich.
Thank you
He
guys.
does so much good.
All right. I'm gonna have a studio audience more often.
Right, look at that. You got authentic claps over there.
Right.
You gotta put up a sign that just says applause.
Right.
It's so
You don't
much
even
more
need the button.
satisfying
Nope.
than comments on the internet or likes. Fuck that. I want
You could just hire Jeff. He'll probably do it all day.
Yeah.
It's really his fun.
I'm only.
It is his foot.
He's
But
clapping
just
like with the sandals, if you know, like that. There you go.
Can we get some louder ones, Jeff?
Wait, everybody quiet.
If you listen closely, he's clapping.
Oh,
There it is.
There you go.
Oh, man.
I hear feet are very popular on the internet.
Oh, yes, they are.
I
Yes,
don't
they
understand
are.
why.
I will just throw
Motherfuckers got
myself under the bus and say I have made money off of that and continue to do so.
Mom, watch your ears.
Yes.
Earmuffs. Mom earmuffs, band earmuffs.
She knows.
oh, wait, Steve bought them?
No, I said she, my mom. What are you talking about? I was not pointing at him.
Alright, I'm leaving.
I thought you were pointing at him.
No, I said my mom knows.
Oh,
She paints my toes.
so you have behind the scenes
I feel
She's
bad for
behind the
anybody who
scenes.
has a pedicure job.
Huh?
Well, thank you so much, guys. Thanks for tuning in and supporting the show and learn a little more about ska. I think we've learned quite a bit today about ska in general. But,
Ska's annoying, but you love it.
but you love it
Yeah.
as much as you love mozzarella sticks.
That's
Yep.
Or
Apparently.
us, which is probably not that much.
Yeah.
But you still like it.
We'll see. When you guys can come back next year when you have your second hit single.
Yeah, it'll probably give it 3 years.
What was the name? Were we working on a name for something stupid? I don't
don't
even
know.
know.
I don't know what we want.
Not right now.
Not right now. We're not right now. Okay, never mind.
We'll think about it another time.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, we appreciate you guys tuning in. We will see you here next Wednesday for a new episode of the NEPA Scene Podcast. Have a good night.
Insert claps.
Oh, thank you.
Applause.